faster. Ready? Ease into it. You know you're...
I have to be ready to go because I'm picking it up at... There's no time to ease in.
You go out too hard.
There's no time to eat. This is my... I'm made for this.
You have to be ready.
There's no time to ease in.
Honestly, it is literally just sinking in. I feel like UnBound just happened, but we're already here and the race is tomorrow, Western States. And so it started sinking in today. I do remember, this is literally the training journal. I kind of laid out my year, kind of the bigger events, kind of what I wanted to be doing, the bigger weekends. And it said 20 weeks till UnBound, 23 until Western States. And I just started plugging things in. And I started plugging in like each week, okay, what did I want for the long run? General mileage as I built up. I do one of these every year. I have 15 of these training journals. But this was a special one because it was 2 new events, 2 new things to think about, 2 new things to lay out. And it's like those 20 weeks, those 23 weeks have flown by. I feel like I was just doing this. 23 weeks ago, I remember I was running in the snow in Bend, picturing this event. And now I'm here. And now actually that snow running is potentially might pay off for a few miles.
Okay, folks, welcome back. We are joined by Heather Jackson, one of the most interesting athletes in endurance sport right now. I was joking with you 2 days ago that welcome to the Kona of trail running. It's great to have you here. Maybe first, just tell us how you're feeling ahead of your first Western States.
Yeah, thanks Dylan and Corinne for having me up here. I'm just honestly super excited. I feel like a kid in a candy shop. Like Western States is the race that got me into this sport. It's why I wanted to try trail running, and I followed this race. I followed a lot of the athletes in it, and just having that allure that Kona had for me for so long that this was the race I wanted to get to, and I'm just so grateful to be able to be on the start line. I mean, it's crazy. Like Kona, you can qualify, but there's, I think, 3,000-4,000 people. Like there's under 400 people that get to do this. So for me, this is, it's a privilege to be here, and I'm just grateful to be able to be one of those people that get to stand on that start line on Saturday.
Heather Jackson in the house, yes! Awesome! Got so excited, sorry. You want some hype? We will give you some hype. All right, yes!
Love it.
Man,
You are planning to start tomorrow.
I'm planning. Oh, yeah, you will. Yeah.
Got it. Go to your right.
Yeah, I think the heat.
This morning was definitely kind of kicked in. It was nerves for sure because it's getting very real. It was nerves combined with like a super cool feeling that I definitely don't remember having ever at Ironman races, and by that I mean I literally got to walk into the village for registration and pacer pick up like with this like crew with me, and just like my friends, my family, my puppy. I mean, it feels like a team event. I'm coming from a childhood of team sports, soccer and ice hockey primarily, and I remember those times with your teammates, and it's a different type of experience than individual sport racing. And tomorrow is definitely an individual sport in terms of like who's running, but not even. I mean, I'm going to have 3 different pacers out there running with me. I'm going to have this crew with me, this team of my friends who literally drove here to this area just to support me, and I'm so grateful to them for that, but also just for that experience of what the race will be tomorrow. It's just so different, and it's in a good way that I'm really excited about.
Deep field of runners in our women's division from around the world. All of our runners either are invited back our top 10 or race their way in through our Golden Ticket series. So when you hear your name, if you can just come up and collect yourself along. So she is a former professional triathlete who turned to ultra running last year. She earned a golden ticket at the Black Canyon 100K from Bend, Oregon. Heather Jackson. Okay, thank you. Big round of applause for our women's division.
What was it like getting called up in front of the entire
I was
group?
like, well, I was sitting there and I'm like, I mean, they're gonna call up like top 10 from last year because I feel like I've watched the YouTube videos, they call up top 10. So I literally was not, I had no idea I was gonna be called up. So I was like, oh shit. And they could have said my name first. I'm like, what? So, I mean, yeah, complete honor to get called up there. I may or may not have taken a photo of Courtney since she was only 3 feet away. Such a super fan. And then actually she gave me a hug and said, good luck tomorrow. So I was just trying to absorb all of the greatness off of her. Such an honor to stand up there. And it's super cool to just see the event from up there, everyone getting ready to go for tomorrow. And yeah, super cool to be a part of.
Okay, let's see how that feels for a couple hours, and then
Okay.
yeah, cool. And then it might feel like too much, and that's okay. I think how you had it taped before is also a fine way, especially if you've been taping like that and it's been working and you like, feel comfortable with it. But this just gives a little bit more
Around it.
like here where like how this comes here.
So either way, the shoes are coming off and I'll pull on dry socks to have this down. Do I want speed coats or kick pads? But either way, the socks will be on. The crews, when you set up, could maybe pull out the bandanas. As I run in, I don't think oh, here it is. We'll have these on ice or in the cooler, so they're all cold.
Everyone will be at 62, correct? So you can do it then at 62, yes, but just.
And we're gonna leave a car at 62.
Basically, like you're on your quads like this,
Yes.
and you're like power hiking.
Yeah.
Because if
Yep.
you try to stay up,
Yeah.
that's like
not
you need to be like down low.
Yeah.
Kind of like it's different, like, did you hear that? So
No, what's happening to you?
just
You got this, Bipster.
there's steepness.
Sounds easier like they're doing.
Yes.
The biggest thank you to all of you. This is like, I'm just so grateful you all are here. And it's not even about the race, it's about these moments right now. And so just, thank you all very much.
Love you. Have fun. You know what? Remember, it's fun.
Have fun. I'll see you out there. I'm so excited.
Okay, we have started. The 2023 Western States 100 is underway. They are off. It is after 5 a.m. now in Olympic Valley, California, and the runners have exited the start chute and are on their way up to the escarpment.
It was suddenly there. This is real. Once we had run away from the crowds, the village area, 3, 4, 5 minutes into the race, it was like, okay, now it's real. And we ran up the first climb and probably hit snow a mile or two in, and we had that snow for the next 20 miles. I think that set the tone for the day.
Heather, I think that's Heather Jackson.
Yes, Heather Jackson.
Going out.
You're running through hard-packed ice bits that you're sliding everywhere. There was soft, mushy bits. There were parts that your feet are just sticking right through down to the bottom. So all of a sudden you're waist deep in snow and have to step out of that. There were these icy ledges that we had to either get up or even slide down on our butts just to get through sections of this upper bit of the course. So I think it played a huge role in the day, and in different ways for different athletes. I think it certainly took a lot more, energy and effort out there than maybe was accounted for in terms of just what it took to get through kind of that section, because I think mentally and physically it was a tough first 20 miles. Have to be on every single second, sliding in snow, watching where you're footing. I was definitely starting to already feel the mental fatigue of that sort of focus, and I was definitely getting frustrated already mentally of I was with this group of women, and then the second there's a technical descent, and I knew that was a weakness going into this day, but it's still just so frustrating and was getting me almost panicked, which doesn't help either, because then you kind of tense up and you're trying to go faster on trails when I don't have that technical skill to do that. But I was just kind of trying to move faster than I am technically sound at.
We are posted up at just over mile 30, waiting for Heather to come through. This will be the first time we're seeing her. For sure, focused on making sure her feet are taken care of. She wants to potentially do a shoe change, definitely socks. We're gonna get her plenty of nutrition, re-up on that, because we won't see her again for another 4 hours. So yeah, just prioritizing that we're sort of making sure she's taking care of herself.
Socks right there.
You have full Vaseline or? Oh yeah, full Vaseline.
Vaseline.
Here,
Yep,
these
yep.
are like.
Right.
Is there any other water besides the water?
In that bra pocket?
Yep.
Yep. Cool.
Cool. And then one down the front. And yeah, really nice breath. I have a better idea of what to expect in here. You're doing great. You're doing.
Oh my God, I'm so bad on the down.
No, don't worry,
Fine.
don't.
I keep tripping.
Right.
I went down like 3 times.
Yeah. You're good. You're good. Do you want any ice on that?
No, it's okay.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Doing awesome. All right.
Thank you guys.
Good girl. Get out there. All right.
I was getting into a bit of a rhythm on the gravel road, and then we kind of got directed off onto almost a Forest Service road before the next single track part. And in there was some kind of like canted, rocky, basically truck tracks. Kind of stepped wrong at one point and tweaked an ankle I've been having issues with, which I think is what put me on edge for when I did hit what came the single track rocky descent. In one of the sandy rocky bits, actually caught my left toe on a rock, and it being such a steep descent, my right foot shot forward to break the fall, but also landed on some loose sandy rocks and just literally slid straight out in front of me. And so I kind of tumbled down. I could feel something in my hamstring immediately.
Well, there is room. I don't know if they'll let you drive down, but the shuttle will bring you down. We have room here. So, we didn't because we get here. But she's gonna walk 8 miles here because there's no way.
3 miles.
8. She's 8 miles. 8 miles. Well, let me see where she's at. Well, there's no way of extracting her from there.
She can't just walk back and call it?
No. So the only option is to walk here, and she's just gonna take her time. She's walking, so maybe a little while. What is it, about over 2 hours walking?
I got up. I thought, like, I hope this is just like a little something, and I tried to run, and it was an immediate tightness. I didn't know if I had pulled it. Every step was painful. Like any stride out further than just a very short step was stretching, pulling on my hamstring on top of the rolled ankle, which hurt to land on. So basically my entire right side, I couldn't stride off or then land on either. It was hitting me that this could be my day. So I made it to Devil's Thumb, and the medical team kind of, just examined everything, stretched some things out, kind of evaluated, and you want to get to Auburn. And I wanted to get to Auburn so badly. I also know my own body and knew that it was maybe a little bit more than just a tweak. I was able to call Waddy, but he couldn't hear me. So I sent some texts through that he was able to get. And I basically just said, I think I've done something to my hamstring, and my ankle was already screwed, but like, I don't know what I should do. He always supports me in any capacity. And he's just like, we're here for you. Well, what do you think? Can you walk? Do we need to come get you? Like, I think he said, if you want to walk all the way to Auburn, we're here to do that too. Like, it's your choice. The issue with where I was at Devil's Thumb is like, there was barely any access out there in the middle of the woods. So it would have been hours, I think, of trying to navigate in. So yeah, he said, can you walk? And I said, yes, I'm going to leave and I'll make my way to Michigan Bluff, which was 8 miles away.
Next point. Between grab, right?
Yeah, correct.
Do you need water? 2.9.
Oh man, he's got the flat on.
You rest a little bit.
There was no more waffling back and forth of, is there anything more I could do? Is there still a chance I could get to Auburn? I mean, the decision's been made. The wristband is cut. I think there was some relief in the moment, but it was also just, I mean, he did it with a knife, and it literally felt like he was stabbing me in the heart. It's so real. When you cut that, like, that's your day. Like, I trained the whole year with this in mind, this day, this race. In races I run through ahead of time, all the scenarios, good days or bad, and even running through bad days, in my mind, it's just things go wrong and you're forced to get to the finish line slower than you wanted, slower than you pictured, but you still get there. So when it becomes very real that it's done, I did not mentally practice that at all, because I never saw that as an option ahead of the race day. You can have a crew for a race that are there to get fresh socks and shoes on or hand you bottles, and most people with instruction could probably handle that role, but my crew and pacers, everyone that was there for me yesterday, all of them are now literally that much closer to me because of that experience yesterday, and because of the support they showed me out there. They were there for me in one of my lowest moments, in what is not a good memory currently for me, will always be a good memory. Yeah, I woke up this morning and I was like, I opened Instagram and it's everyone's finish line shots. I mean, to see those finish line photos this morning and seeing everyone make it to Auburn, and it was certainly bittersweet. They made it to Auburn, and I didn't. I've had a few glimmers today of like, now you know exactly what this event is like and what it requires, and the excitement is that whole process, that whole journey of getting back here again, and all that it will take to try to get a spot on that start line again. There's 364 days to come back here. I'm sad still. I'm still just, I think, processing probably, but I do know that I want to make it to that finish and make it onto that track.